Welcome back to Elevation 44. It's your girl B. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back, family. Today, I'm back on camera. I know we haven't seen each other in a minute. Hope you didn't miss me too much, but I wanted to get on camera for this moon because we're diving all into Aries full moon and Aries moon energy. And there is nobody to break down Aries moon energy better than an Aries moon herself, because I've been dealing with this energy my entire life, okay? Because this is my natural natal placement. So I really understand the ins and outs of Aries moon energy. So wanted to get on camera and break this down to you. Before I get started, I will say thank you to those of you who left feedback on the format or the style of my last video, because it was more voiceover style with like some pleasing aesthetics or kind of podcasty style. I noticed that some of you really liked it and were very receptive and open to that style of content. So that's very helpful for me, especially as I continue to like just explore different ways to present content. And it comes in handy for different time zones, especially if I'm crunched on time, I can't get on camera and things like that. So thank you to those of you who left that feedback, okay? So let's get into this Aries full moon. This is happening on October 20th, and it's going to be happening at 10:57-ish a.m. and that's going to be Eastern Standard Time. So you're going to have to translate that to your local time zone, of course. And this moon is going to be happening at 27 degrees, okay? And we always get into the numerology here on this channel. So 2 + 7 is 9. 9 is the number that is tied to completion. It's tied to culmination. It's the peak when everything you've kind of gone through the entire experience, where all the energy has built up, where the entire experience or the lesson has, built up and has come to its peak. So this is really what the number 9 brings. And this theme of culmination or peak energy is definitely running through, or like the height of things is definitely running through this entire moon's energy, especially with the different transits that are happening. So that is something that we're definitely going to be feeling. And then the full moon itself, when you just break down or just look at the full moon energy itself, not even tied particularly with a zodiac sign, it is really about the phase of that moon. That full moon is about culmination. It is about peak. It is the highest form of the energy of the moon. It's when the light is the fullest. It's when the energy is the fullest. So culmination, again, peak energy are the things that you're going to be seeing here, okay? And Aries is energy, right? Energy, vitality, spark, fire, initiation, passion. That is really what Aries is known for, because Aries is ruled by Mars, and Mars brings that fire, okay? Mars brings that fire. Mars brings that passion, that vitality, that go-get-em spirit. So this is energy when you have a Aries full moon. When you talk about emotions and all of that type of stuff, this is when it's really, really high, like emotionally charged, because Aries brings the fire, the matches, and the gasoline. Doesn't need any help at all lighting the fire, getting the fire bigger, and making it explode if necessary, okay? So this is perfect energy for taking action, because it is initiation energy. It is energy that wants to move things forward. It's all about movement and making sure that there is, like, you're doing something. You feel like you're doing something, right? So what area of life that you need to take action in, that definitely really depends on where this full moon is falling for you, like where you can feel emotionally like there needs to be something that needs to be done, something new that needs to be initiated. But you have to look at the house this moon is falling in for you to figure that out. So I always leave the link down in the description box down below, where you can pull up your natal and transit chart. I would definitely look at the revelations or the things that came through during retrograde season, because we also have right before this moon, the day before this full moon, we have Jupiter stationing to turn direct. We have Mercury that's coming out of retrograde that's stationing to go direct. And then we just had Pluto and Saturn that went direct recently. So this is definitely a time where things are forward moving again. Things are starting to pick up steam again, because it was really more about a lot of internal reflection and different things that were coming up during retrograde season, so that things would be revealed to us. So what are the revelations? What are the lessons? What are the things that came up during that time that maybe you need to now, you know, close out, or to now start that new chapter, take action on something new or on something that was revealed during that time. So you definitely want to look to those things, to the retrograde, to your chart, to see what house this is falling in for you. And then lastly, you also want to look at if you have been documenting, kind of working with this moon energy, going back to the start of the astrological new year, when we had our Aries new moon, which kicks off the start of the astrological new year, right? So this would be the midway, the halfway point through that year. And so kind of looking back and seeing what are the things that you were putting into motion then, or the things that you were thinking about then, writing then, working on then. And that is also something that you will look to or keep in mind as you're talking about this culmination, or this peak energy, or this moving forward, taking action. I will also caution that this energy is great because it does spark that fire. It does activate that passion. It does make you want to go forward and act and do and get things done. But the very same thing can also just be the thing that causes you to burn out and causes you to burn things down. Like I said, fire energy is definitely something that can heat something up. So fire can, you know, boil or warm water, and you want to use it to activate, to boil the water. You don't want to use the fire to burn the damn house down. And that is what can happen when you have the Aries energy mixing with the moon, because it is so emotionally charged that sometimes that act first, you know, you just pop off of your emotions, you can just burn things down, or you can just burn out before you really have a chance to do what you need to do. So just wanted to make sure that you're also aware of that side of the Aries energy. Like, it's great for taking action, but it's also great for getting in trouble and for, you know, burning things down and out as well, because it is that inner warrior energy that can be used for good and can bring challenges. It really is about our primal instincts of survival, and when we feel threatened in any type of way, that's when it can be more so on the detrimental side. All right, so let's get into the Aries facts. The element is fire, burning hot energy, baby. It's all about that energy, right? The mode or the quality is cardinal, so it's about that initiation, getting things started, taking action. The planet that rules over Aries energy is Mars, which is known as the god of the god of war and passion, right? The house that Aries energy rules is the first house, which is the house of self, identity, you know, pretty much all of that type of stuff. And the polarity of this energy is Libra, which means the polarity is what sits opposite on the zodiac wheel. And Libra is very much about the other. If Aries is about the self, Libra is about the other. So that's how they conflict in that way, but you need both of them to have true balance. So that's why that polarity exists. The gifts of Aries energy is passionate, decisive, driven, self-starting, leadership, confident, fearless, risk-taking, spontaneous, adventurous, and energetic, okay? Some of the challenges of the Aries energy is impatient, impulsive, aggressive, hot-headed, selfish, reckless, competitive, domineering, and argumentative, okay? So let's talk about the transits that are happening at the time of this full moon, which is kind of adding to this this fiery, feisty energy that we already have going here with this Aries full moon. And when we talk about the transits, we're really just diving in more so to the ones that the full moon or the moon is really making with some of the other planets, although I may touch on some of the other ones that kind of support this energy as well. All right, so we have the moon. The moon in Aries is definitely emotionally charged. We're talking about our emotions, we're talking about our inner world, our inner needs, desire, inner security being sparked by this fire, by this passion, by this, you know, it just, this driven attitude that just really comes in, right? So it's like highly emotionally charged in that way. We have Mars that's opposite this Aries full moon, and Mars is in Libra, okay? So Mars is again tied to Aries energy because Mars is about action. It's about, you know, our energy. It's how we, pursue things, how we go after things, how we take action, right? So when you have Mars in a sign like Libra, Libra is very indecisive sometimes. I mean, if Mars is decisive or Aries is decisive energy, Libra is literally the opposite a lot of the times of that. It's very people pleasing, it's very indecisive, very just kind of thinking about everyone else. Because this conflict is existing, there's frustration, there's anger, because there's no proper way for Mars to channel this energy in Libra. That's how it feels, right? It feels like I can't be as direct as I want to be. I can't do what I got to do. This is frustrating to me. And anger pops up because that Aries moon is passionate and wants to do something. And that Mars is just kind of like, you know what I mean? Kind of just like on walking the middle, you know, just can't pick a side, can't pick a thing. So it's just very frustrating. So a lot of the things that can come up here is frustration, anger. The sensitivity is super, super high with this particular conflict. There's high conflict in terms of fights, arguments. It's that pop-off energy because again, that moon is frustrated and Mars is just irritated because it has no proper way to channel in Libra, okay? So one of the things I would say with this, even though emotions and tempers can flare and you can feel very frustrated and just irritated with this particular transit, is that if you tap into the other side of a Libra in Mars in Libra, I almost said it backwards, Mars in Libra energy, which is about, you have that one side which is indecisive, can't make a decision, to want to make everybody happy and just very passive aggressive, and you have the other side of, you know, Mars in Libra, which is actually taking that energy and channeling it into fighting for good, fighting for justice, fighting for what's right? And identifying whatever that means to you in your particular life. That can be productive. It can be a productive way to channel this energy so you're not frustrated, so you're not angry, so you don't feel like your passion and the things that you care about and that spark of energy and everything that you're riled up about has nowhere to be productively channeled, okay? So that is what I will definitely say. You also can lean on Mercury, that's also in Libra, that has just went direct again, right? To bring a sense of diplomacy and balance, because the diplomatic and balanced approach in the views that we have and our ideas and the way that we think and that we speak and we're presenting our ideas is definitely there with Mercury and Libra. So we can take that and then further use it to channel our energy, our passion into good things, into justice and fairness and balance and fighting for what is right, okay? But I also want to say that Mercury is opposite Chiron in Aries, right? Chiron is our wounded healer. And this can be something that, again, is triggering events, circumstances, certain things within things that we're dealing with within ourselves, that other people are dealing with within themselves, that can spark that anger and conflict and different things up again, because people will be emotionally triggered in certain ways. So just things that you're dealing with it within, issues that you have, can be setting you off, and then that high emotionally charged energy of this Aries moon can then make you burn the house down again. So I just want to say, you want to be careful. This is all about a balancing act which is what Libra season is about. That's why this Aries moon comes during Libra season, okay? So let's get into the herbs and crystals, which are gonna help with vitality, confidence, your fearlessness. You have herbs like dragon's blood, ginger, and allspice. And then the crystals that I would recommend are bloodstone, carnelian, and then if you need some grounding because you feel really, really hot with this energy, I would definitely lean on some hematite, which will calm and ground you and just kind of keep you centered if you just feel a little too all over the place, if you feel a little too feisty, okay? So let's get into the rituals. Some of the rituals I would recommend. Again, I'm gonna start off with the first thing that I was talking about earlier, which is gratitude. So celebration by fire, because this is fire energy, so incorporating fire. So like a bonfire, doing offerings by fire, anything that you can do celebration-wise, gratitude-wise, would be great, because again, you just kind of wanna honor what has happened, what has been revealed, what you have been through, and all of that jazz, right? Any other rituals by fire. So that's if you're doing a release, like if you're burning things to release things or to cleanse, or candle magic, or any type of form of fire, alchemy with, by fire, that would be great to do as well. Another ritual could be burning off energy, because some of us are gonna be really, really hot, right? So burning off energy, so getting physical, so whether that be, exercise, sports, hiking, whatever you need to do to burn off, dancing, anything to burn off that extra energy, and get your adrenaline going and release so that it doesn't get pent up, so that you're not, again, feeding into those high emotions and high emotionally charged moments where you can burn the whole damn house down and the whole neighborhood and maybe the city too. Definitely want to be able to kind of burn that off so that it's not getting too hot. The next thing I would recommend is indulging in a sense of adventure. So feeding your adventure, your need for passion, whatever that looks like to you in your life. If you're feeling that spark and you're feeling like you need something like that, definitely taking advantage of that. And then also the last thing I would recommend is strengthening any work that you started at the Aries new moon. At this point, you should be at peak. You should see the crops. You planted the seeds during the Aries new moon. Now, what has sprouted from those seeds? Like, did some of those seeds not sprout? Do you need to, put some more water, some more sunlight? Did you need to try a new strategy? You need to go find some, something to feed the seeds so that they grow. This is the time to just kind of strengthen anything that was started during then, if you're not celebrating the things that have already come in since then. So, or maybe you're doing both. Maybe you're celebrating some of the things and some of the things didn't come through, and you need to strengthen some of that work, or readjust and your strategy and strengthen what you were doing. So that is pretty much what I would recommend in terms of rituals, okay? So Aries gang, where you at? Where my Aries moon's at? Hey. You already know. I don't know a lot of Aries moons. I know some, I don't know a lot, but listen, every last one that I know, listen, can be the nicest people, but can also be the people that burn the whole city down. If you are Aries sun, if you are Aries, any other placements, leave those placements down below. And if you don't have any Aries placements, let me know what house Aries rules in your chart. So I hope this information was helpful. I hope that you're able to take this high energy, this emotionally charged time, and funnel it into something productive and something good and something that you're passionate about, something that is helpful, something that it really helps others, or fights for something that you believe in, and not just fighting for fighting's sake, okay? So I hope you have a good full moon. I will see you all in the next one. Have a good one. Peace.